Good morning, everyone. This is Pretty with Pretty Colors for You. I'm here with a video about my top 15 pages. Well, I'm going to say my top 10, and then I'm going to give myself some space just in case I come across a few more. So my top favorite colored pages that I did and completed in 2023. And I'm going to start out with the 2 PDFs that I do have right now that I actually did. So the first one is going to be by Emily Lytle Hall Oberg, and this was one of her freebie pages. I believe it was on Instagram. You would have had to have gotten this for the Halloween time. So I like this page, and I used a lot of different mediums on this page. I know I used Jelly Roll Glaze, some, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Prismas, Posca, and I did use a white Posca and yellow Posca on here. And I believe that was it. But the pencils must have been either Prismas or Colors. Not 100% sure what I was using that month, because I don't like to change pencils within a month. So I try to stick to one set for a month and then next. So that's what I did on this page. What I used on this page. Oh, and I did base with alcohol markers. So you can see that there. So yeah, Ohuhu markers as a base, and then everything else was on top. Okay, that's one. And I'm not going in an order of top favorite to last. All of these are my favorite pages that I completed for 2023. And then the next page is going to be in Audrey Hampson's Christmas Tiny Homes. I completed the page called South, which is this one. I just printed this page, made a copy, and then completed it here. So with this one, I believe I did base with alcohol markers, and then I used Colors or Prismas, one of those pencils I used. I also used Stickles here, either Stickles or acrylic paint with glitter. And I did go around the base of the circle of the frame of the page. And hopefully you can see the sheen in there. And I also used some more just Jelly Rolls, Jelly Rolls, the metallics in there. And you can see it in the water too. Like I used some in there and some in the mountains in the back. But yeah, that's basically all I used on here, and some white Posca as well for the beard, his hat, and then some of the water. So yeah, another page that I did, and I liked put those back. And then I have Lithographic Voyage by Joseph Catamang. I've only done one page in this book, and it's one of my favorite pages. And it's this page. And I have a note here. What I used in this book was Prismas, Ohuhu markers for the base, acrylic paints, and Poscas. Is what I used in this book. And I also used glitter acrylic. You can see, if it's going to let you see it, I did use some. Also, I wanted to point out that this sheen that you see on the little rocket is acrylic paint as well. And it's one of the sheens. The exact one, I don't know. I have a big bucket of acrylic paints that I keep next to my books. So I just usually dig through there and find the one that I feel like best fits the page that I'm doing at the moment. So fun fact about this page was actually not a girl on the page. It was probably a boy because he has a rocket, but I wanted to be creative, and I put some ruffles on her jean shorts, polish on her nails and her toes. So I turned this into a little girl myself. So yeah, and I love how the chains of the swing that she's swinging on and her bracelet just kind of ties the page together. So, and I love this page. And that was 2023 as well. Next page is going to be in this book, A Journey Through Fairy Tales. And the favorite page of 2023 in this one is going to be this page. And I used here, I can remember what I used. I used Colors. I used, yeah, see, October I was using Colors. So I used Colors. I used White Posca. I used Staedtler fine liners. And for the burger, the actual meat part of the burger and the cheese, I used Gloss Effect to get the sheen, to get the little glossy shininess. So yeah, that's what I used. I also used Stickles, and I used White Posca and a silver metallic marker as well. And it was not the Guangnaos because I didn't have the Guangnaos at this time. So this is another favorite. I haven't been working in this book as of recently. And then I have Ekoneko. And the page that is my favorite in here, I like that page, is this page. I've only done 2 pages in this book. And this one is my favorite. And it just reminds me of the book Rainbow Fish. So I had a lot of fun doing this page. And I used Posca, I used Colors, I used acrylic paints, glitter acrylic paint. I used Jelly Roll Glaze for this, the black writing, and White Posca. And as you can see, the bubbles, all of the bubbles have a sheen to them because I put the glitter acrylic in the bubbles. And the fish also have it. So yeah, I love this page, guys. And this was a 2023 page for October. And this book, so I can actually say that this page is my #1 page of all times. Like, I think this is gonna be the #1 favorite page of 2023 for me. And if I don't do anything better than this, it's gonna be probably my favorite for 2024. I don't know. I don't know if I can get something, do something so close to this. Like, I love this so much. And I have not worked in this book again since I completed this page. Although I do have other pages that I've done in this book. But since completing this one, I have not worked back in the book. And the background was done with Faber-Castell Gelatos. Skin tone was with, and this was in August of 2023. Prismacolors. I even wrote down the colors that I used for her skin tone, which I need to write it in my book that I use to, when I'm trying to create colors that match, blend together well. I have a book that I use to do that. And I might have already done that. I may have already done that, I just don't know. But yeah, I used Prismacolors, Ranger Pearls for the flowers and her jewelry accessories, Stickles, glitter acrylic, and I believe Jelly Rolls, and of course Posca is somewhere on there. Yeah, and her skin also has aside from the fact of the color of her skin, she also has a pearly look sheen to her skin, and that is from an acrylic that I used. So yeah, I really love this page. One of my favorites. Well, my top favorite. And that was in this book. And then in this book, World Heritage by Erie, I've only done 2 pages in this book, and only 1 made the cut for favorites. I'm gonna try to do the video of everything I've ever colored, but it's gonna be a little bit hard because I've colored a lot, and it's kind of hard to fit it in my schedule, but I'm gonna try. So this one I've done in July of 2023, and to you guys it may not look like it should be a favorite, but it's a favorite for me because this was one of the first pages that I was actually proud of, one of the first pages that I was proud of to do. And this is done with KJ Designs, was done for the gold accents and the pearl accent on the robe. As you can see, this is a pearl. All of the gold was KJ Designs, and Prisma is the pencils that I was using at the time. White Posca, because I could see that in the mirror streaks. And on this part, that is just like a white acrylic that I used. And there is the bubbles have Posca and Prismacolor pencils to make the bubbles, the like bubbles that are floating around in the sky. So all of these are bubbles. And I just realized this didn't get finished, these parts, but it's okay, I'll finish it another day. So yeah, World Heritage. Next, I have, I think, 2 to 3 pages in this book that I loved. So here, this was a September page, way before October. So, and in here, I think I was using Colors or Prismas, not sure, but I used Jelly Roll Glaze. I used, this is I believe this is Faber-Castell Gelatos, and I went in afterwards with, I did not use fine liners on this, I used pencils because I can actually see the type of strokes. This was pencils to create the grass, and I used the glaze pens, of course. Yeah. What else? Posca. And up here is also white Posca. That's creating the clouds over the top. And then another page is this one. This was also September. I used glaze pens. I used, yeah, Jelly Roll Glaze, white Posca, and the Colors. I believe, now that I'm looking at this, water, I do remember it being Colors pencils. Yeah, and this is just Jelly Roll, which ones? I don't know. I have a lot of Jelly Roll pens, so I don't know which one with the pink. It's just a pink Jelly Roll ink. So yeah. Romantic Country, the first tale. And then Spooky. I'm gonna say this is one of my favorite pages in this book. And the back wall was created by me. That is not in the book. It's not in, if you go by this book, you won't see this wall. I put that there. I think I was using Colors. Yeah, for this one. I was using Colors. I used some Posca in there in that brew pot. And I used some Stickles as well for this here, and some of the, yeah, I used Stickles in this one. I love this page, and some white Posca too for the fruit back there. Yeah. Rooms of Wonder. Favorite page in here was this one that I did in April of 2023. And I think I was using Prismas. I'm not sure, but I believe it was Prismas. When I look at this now, I know that I could do better now. If I had this book again, I would do this page again, but better. It took me a long time to do this page. I don't know why, but now, if I do it, it wouldn't take me so long. So. I like it. I think my coloring has improved a lot, tremendously. So I would like to try this again, but I don't want to go read by the book, guys. Yeah. I'm not really, I love her work, but I'm not really into the Joanna Basfords too much. And this is a whip. That's a whip. I was trying to do something and it just wasn't working out for me, so. And then this is one of my favorite books. So in this one, I have quite a few. Ooh, I love that. That's one I finished, but it's not a favorite. So in this book, the 2-page spread in the cave happens to be one of my favorites. And I use a lot of different mediums in this book. I use pencils, gloss effects for the water, Posca, acrylic paints to try to get these, the cave system to like not be one flat thing. So I was doing some shading and a lot of different stuff that I was doing to make the cave look dimensional. I used some glitter acrylics as well because I see in here that I put glitter. I might have put down some glitter acrylic first and then laid down the gloss effect, because the gloss effect is out here, in here, and through the water system. And I used acrylic paint. This is acrylic paint up here in the flags. Some white Posca up here. And I think this is the yellow Posca that I have, because that looks like the yellow Posca. And some neon there. And it looks like I was using some KJ Designs as well here. And then the other page that is my favorite is this. It's a 2-page spread as well. And for this one, I used acrylic paints. Let me do this side. Acrylic paint, Posca, glitter acrylic, KJ Designs. I see the metallic, and of course the white Posca for the smoke and for other elements as well. Fine liner. Same thing over here. I had a lot of fun with this book. A lot of fun. And this was November. I got coffee right here that I'm not even drinking. So yeah, this is one of my favorites in here. And that was Fantasy Season. And then in Sagittarius Fairy Tale Sky, this happens to be one of my favorites as well. And that was a January page. This was not a color, a buddy color. This was one that I was actually working on before I started the buddy color that I did. This page is the Moon Balloon that I love. For the background, I used Derwent ink. Oh, no. Albert Durst activated. And then I went over them again, non-activated. White Posca. And Stickles. I think fine liners. And Jelly Roll Glaze as well. Yeah, and I think I said Stickles already. But yeah, that's what I did on this page. And my other favorite page is this page. And this was an August page. I really love this page. The yellows and the oranges just, I think it gives the page life. Love it. And I don't really remember what I was using back then. I know I used Posca. The pencils, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Prismas. I don't think this page has any glitter, but it does have some metallics. I don't believe I was using KJ Designs yet. Well, I know I had the KJ Designs, but okay, I know what I used. I used my metallic Poscas, which I don't really like because I have metallic Posca as well, but I don't really like them because they're not high sheen metallics. So, but I did have the KJ Designs. I just wanted to test those out on this page. So, and that's what I did. And next I have, lastly, what is this book called? This is called My Rooms. This one is one of my favorites for the year 2023. I did this in December and I used Colors for this page. The background was done with Derwent ink tints. And I also used some Newton, what is this called? Winsor and Newton. I use Winsor and Newton to do the gold splats on the page. I use Stickles, no, not Stickles, glitter acrylic paints. Posca, which was that I used on her hair and for the creases of her dress. I use Jelly Roll Glaze over here to make these look like the little antique ones that you might see the lights in the shops. And the stars were done with pencils, but I went around them with a yellow Jelly Roll. And I just added the glitter from the acrylic. And that's what I did here. And that's it. So those are going to be my favorite, top 10 favorite, well, top more than 10 pages for 2023 that I've completed. So I'm now going to go record the video for my haul that I just did. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. And thank you for watching.